We talk a lot on this channel about the debasement of the dollar. We talk about Bitcoin as the ultimate escape hatch, and it is. But as a true student of history knows that when the blood price of fiat is actually paid, you don't just want a digital ledger, you want a physical one too. In the last few weeks, we've seen silver take a massive 40% haircut from its January all-time highs. And while the weak hands are panicking, I am doing what Bitcoiners do best. I'm stacking. Today, I'm walking you through my strategy to add 100 ounces of physical silver to the public debasement portfolio. We're talking silver eagles, Canadian maples, and 10-ounce bars. If you think silver is just a boomer rock, you're missing the bigger picture. The bigger picture of a sovereign individual preparedness. This is a Debasement Index. My name is Angel Rios, and this is a channel where we build capital in a fiat world together. Let's get into silver. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. So why is this Bitcoiner adding silver to the stack? Well, let's get into it. So why would this Bitcoiner be buying silver? A little crazy, right? From a Bitcoiner's perspective, well, Bitcoin is the scarcest asset ever discovered. 21 million, absolute. There will never be any more. Silver, by contrast, has a fluctuating supply. But here's the reality. We live in a physical world. So what are the benefits to silver? You have no counterparty risk. Just like your cold storage Bitcoin, if you hold silver in your hand, it belongs to you. No exchange, no internet connection, no power grid required. And there's the privacy of physicality. In a world moving towards central bank digital currencies or CBDCs, physical silver is what you can call a ghost asset. It's a peer-to-peer transaction that requires no permission from anyone. And then there's the ratio play. Historically, the gold to silver ratio is a massive indicator of value. And right now, silver is historically undervalued compared to both gold and Bitcoin. It's an asymmetric bet on the return of sound money. Now, for this portfolio, I've set my initial goal at 100 ounces for this portfolio. And here's how I'm breaking it down. First, I'm going to start with the American Silver Eagle. 2026 is the 40th anniversary of this coin. It is the most recognized silver coin on earth. And it's this one that I'm holding in my hand right now. If you're in a situation where you need to trade metals for goods, everyone knows what an eagle is. The next member of this stack will be the Canadian maple leaf. As a Bitcoin guy, I love maples because of the technology. They have what you can call bullion DNA, micro-engraved security, marks that make them nearly impossible to counterfeit. And plus, they are 0.9999 pure, 4 nines, whereas the eagle is 3 nines pure, 0.999. And then finally, the final member of the stack will be the 10-ounce bars, probably from the Canadian Mint. This is my, what you can call efficiency play. Coins are great for liquidity, but bars are for building bulk, you can say. But buying 5 of these 10-ounce bars, I'm getting more satoshis of silver for my dollar because the manufacturing costs are lower. Now, let's talk about the tax on physical metals. The tax is called a premium. And you'll see this if you end up going to buy silver and gold. When you buy Bitcoin on an exchange, the spread is very tiny, as many of you have experienced, But with silver, you pay a markup over what's called the spot price. Now, with government coins like eagles and maples, one is from the American Mint, the other one is from the Canadian Mint, they carry high premiums. You're paying for the sovereign backing and legal tender status, but more times than not, you get that premium back if you ever sell the coin. Now, silver rounds like the Buffalo, they are privately minted. They look like coins, but they aren't. They're rounds. A Buffalo round will always be cheaper than an Eagle, but in a crisis, a local shop might offer you less for it. Because it lacks the government stamp of approval. Now, the pro tip, don't chase the lowest premium if it means buying something that nobody recognizes. Stick to the big names for your first 100 ounces. That's what I'm doing here. Now, let's talk about preparedness for the any situation mindset. This is why I'm doing this. As a father and a producer in this space, I look at the macro landscape. The petrodollar shift, the $39 trillion in US debt, and I realize that preparedness, it's not a hobby as a dad. It's a duty. Bitcoin is my teleportation wealth. I can take it anywhere in my head, and then silver is my local wealth. If the local grid flickers or the banking system takes a holiday, silver is what puts food on the table. Now, this family, my family, we aren't preppers in the tinfoil hat sense. We're pragmatic wealth preservers. We hold Bitcoin for the future of humanity, and we hold silver for the reality of today. Now, silver just touched $120 this year, and it's now sitting in the low 70s to high 60s range. That is a gift. The industrial demand for silver with solar panels, EVs, AI data centers, it's not going anywhere. It's only going to increase. And in fact, right now we're in a structural deficit. If you've been waiting to diversify out of fiat currency, this dip is your entry point. Start with a goal. My initial goal for this portfolio is 100 ounces. What's yours? Let me know in the comments. Remember, none of this is investment advice. This is for your entertainment purposes only. But remember, I'll close it with this. Stack sats, stack silver, stay sovereign. Guys, this is the Debasement Index. My name is Angel Rios, and this is a channel solely focused on building capital, real money, in a fiat world together. I'll see you guys on the next one.